Hey there, Postal here. So today we got one more British plane for you this week. I don't know how it turned into a British week, but it just did. We've got a Tier 8 British jet fighter. This is a reward plane, the Vampire F.1. Let's take a look. Alright, so Tier 9 battle. Random Paul again. Not so random, huh? BVP on our team. FJ1 on the enemy team. Ugh, FJ1. FJ1 could be a super pain in the butt. So I'm actually going to go get the garrison here. And the reason I'm going to get the garrison first is because if they get, assuming they're going to be getting the comm center first, you could get the military base. But basically locking this in will make it so that if they do get the comm center first, it'll come after this useless garrison and not after something like the military base that I really, really do want to get. I don't want to go to the center and just go waste my time spinning where everybody else is fighting. Got my brakes on. Oh, don't follow that guy into there. Almost did, huh? These two heavies of a hill. Hey, heavies, how you doing, heavies? Hello, song. Good. So now whatever they get is going to be going after this thing, which who the heck cares? It looks like they've got most of theirs going to the military base, huh? So we'll get that command center, which is okay. I don't mind. This is actually the better of the two things to get, as far as, you know, overall impact is concerned. But I figured I'd get this because it was closer to the garrison. Alright. Let's go ahead and... Sorry, Paul. I'm not picking on you. Sure he feels like it after the last game I had against him. But he had computer issues last time, or keyboard issues or something. Alright, so we're quite slow now, and we've overheated our guns. Let's go ahead and... What is over here? Oh, there's a bomber? Oh, alright. Let's use some of that speed and or boost and or speed and get up here. Say hi to our friend Adelfried. Oh good, we got the sector anyway, but let's still get the bomber here. Nice. Alright, excellent. Do we want to go to the center where there's a cluster of peoples? FJ1 surely is. I guess so. I mean, FJ1's really the only plane in this game that's going to be scary. And that's just because it can outmaneuver the crap out of me. And it can out altitude, and it can outspin. Like, it can out everything. Like, pick a metric, and it's better. Kind of thing. Just the discrepancy sometimes with going from tier 8 to tier 9. Tier 9, a lot of tier 9s are like just so much better than the tier 8s. And that's what I get for having my window open, huh? Huh? A random Paul again? No, sir. No, sir. None of your shenanigans. So rather than turning with Paul, who clearly wants to hurt me, I'm just going to heavy fight him, meaning I'm going to use my energy and cruise on, cruising on. Whoa. No! You bastard. 3 Tempests in this game. One of them's going to ram me, I guess. Alright. So they got the command center, which is disappointing to say the least. And I died in the military base, which is disappointing to say the least. Let's go ahead and head back over here. I'm in a light fighter. I really should be light fighting, right? So I know, ABC, but I feel like I have the ability to save this sector, and it will help us always be capturing because it's getting that other sector, right? So that's my logic here, and I'm taking out airplanes, which is what this plane is built to do. And I'm tapping. Gun's overheated, so now we tapped him a little bit. Let's tap him. We'll come back to the GA in just a minute. Hold that thought. Alright, cool story, bro. So nice. It's almost like I planned it this way. We got two bombers over here. Does that say Karen? Oh, I thought it said Karen. I thought that was pretty funny. Edelfried. Where are we going for here? Let's go for the lower hit points, dude. Even if it's just slightly. Alright, leave him alone since he's hitting us. And pilot got injured. What? Go for this, Kristen. Alright, fine. Way above our altitude bracket, but that's okay. We've got the speed to stay up here, and that's the key. It's another reason why I've built this plane for speed, is I can stay up where I shouldn't be, because I had enough speed to do that. And my tactic actually worked. Well, I say actually like I was slapping my forehead and making up rules as I go along. But by holding on to that sector, it allowed us to not have to have anybody going after the garrison, really, and still take it. Oh, Paul. Why you gotta be the only guy over here, man? Oh, wait a minute. There's a, Where's this guy? Probably shouldn't do this considering Paul will probably come after me. But I just want to keep picking on Paul. He reminds me of specific Paul. He's one of my good friends. And we still got one more frag before the end of the game. So yeah, this this shows you what this plane can do. And I guess I gave you a little bit of heads up on what goes through my head when I'm fighting a battle. Well, I'm not going to tell you what's going through my head when I'm doing a street fight, so anyway, let's head back. Alright, so 11 frags there, 11,000 personal points too. 460 capture points, did a little bit more, quite a bit more actually, destroyed while defending. Got ourselves another conqueror, yay, because we're conquering. And another 11,000, right? So a good amount of support from our BVP 21203. We were really able to do what we needed to do. I avoided the F.1. I don't know what the heck he was doing all game, but it is what it is. Again, he was the only guy that would have been scary for me. And that's honestly what you need to do in this plane and any plane in the game. That should be, once you've been playing the game long enough and you recognize what these planes are that you're going against. It doesn't need to be tier 8 and tier 9, right? It can be your tier 6 planes, tier 5 planes, tier 7 planes. Any of them. Once you recognize what you're going against, you need to make a pretty quick determination. Okay, well, what's on the enemy team that I need to be aware of? I'm in a vampire, which is a not overly maneuverable, but pretty quick light fighter. So I'm not dogfighting anybody. Well, I take it back. I'm not dogfighting a lot of people. I'm definitely not dogfighting people that can out-dogfight me, aka FJ1s. An I-250 I can probably stick with. I should probably look at the exact stats. But so I'm just going off the top of my head when I jump into a battle, right? The only thing I need to worry about maneuverability-wise is FJ1. Most of these planes I can outboost except for the 2 heavy planes, maybe the 212, probably the FJ1 as well. So again, I'm making that mental kind of snippet in my head ahead of time, so I know what I've got to look for, what I need to react to. And so if I was Random Paul here, and I'm not picking on Random Paul, I'm just saying if I was in a Sea Fang, oh, it just dawned on me, he was in a Sea Fang and there's 2 Tempests, it wasn't 3 Tempests. Anyway, Sea Fang and Tempest basically the same thing. If I'm in a Sea Fang and I look on the enemy on this team here, I say, okay, there's actually quite a bit that I need to be aware of. I need to play this like you would a multi-role, meaning stay out of the middle of fights. A 212 could be a pain in the butt. A 9250 can be a pain in the butt. Tempest is going to be an even floor. Another 212 and a vampire. All those things could hurt you. I would focus on my ground armament, and I would focus on playing the peripheral. And so that would have been my approach if I was in a Sea Fang. If I was this dude in the FJ1, I'd be just drooling over myself. Like, FJ1 can kill this, can kill this, can kill this, can kill, can. He should have owned it. No offense to Will. I'm sure he was doing something that he thought was going to be impactful on the battle. But you need to take a step back and say, okay, what am I going against, and what do I need to be aware of? If I was a heavy fighter in this battle, like if I was in the 212, the only thing I would have paid attention to the heavy fighters because I know they can keep up with me, and I would have paid attention to the FJ1 just because, again, I know he can keep up with me. Everything else, I would have just owned. Even the 212, I can outspeed it. I can get away from it. And so these 2 heavy planes should have had a field day, basically, right? Because you can pay attention to that kind of stuff and really, own the GAs and the bombers. So anyway, I know I've really rambled on there. I just wanted to give a heads up of what my thought process was, and I think that kind of thought process can help, and it certainly helps me have a better game, have a better impact. Also, I talked about why I was going for the sectors I was going for. I was pretty methodical about that, but I hope I gave valid reasons, or at least I hope I was clear of why I did what I did. I wouldn't always go for a garrison to start off, right? I did that very much because I assumed they were going to be getting the comm center. And I went for the garrison because I could go for the military base afterwards. If I went for the comm center, I could have gone for the comm center first, but then in my head I'm tier 8 in a tier 9 battle. Even though I'm try to be humble about it, but I know I'm a good player in the game, I also assume that the humans, are going to be trying to think of the best mode of attack, and so I try to counter that. If I was on the enemy team, I would have gone for the comm center, as soon as possible. I might have gone for the top garrison and then the comm center, but the comm center would be my priority. If I had gone for the comm center first as the spawn on the bottom, I wouldn't have had a backup. Like, I don't want to go to a sector and then be stuck only with that sector. I wouldn't have had a sector to roll off into. If I'd gone to the comm center and things went south, I would have just been stuck there, and it would have been a waste of a spawn, basically, and I didn't want to have that happen. So went to that garrison, was able to flip that, so if they got the comm center would be wasted getting a pointless garrison, and I could have focused on getting the military base. As it was, we got the garrison for free, and then got the military base, and then was able to go ahead to the center there and be impactful throughout the game. So it all worked out, and so I hope I was clear with that. I don't know how this kind of devolved into a what Postal strategies and tactics are, but I guess it is. I should also go back and this plane's a really good plane. I didn't like it when I first got it, but I tried to play it like a Spitfire. Don't play this like a Spitfire. It's just not. It's unlike any other British fighter in the game. So I built mine for speed. I really like it with speed. Got it serviced with more speed, a little bit of maneuverability. And then the trick is this G-suit helps the maneuverability at high speeds. And because you're at high speeds so often, it just kind of helps your maneuverability throughout. I've even, since it's specialized, I put improved mixture control on here. So I mean, I've really gone all out for speed, and I like it that way. And you could see I could get away from trouble when I needed to get away from trouble. And I like being able to do that in this plane. So Have you gotten the vampire yet? Do you enjoy it? I quite enjoy it. I mean, it's not like, the first plane I go get, but it's a lot of fun. Or are you still grinding on the vampire? I know it was a super stupid long grind. I highly recommend using your tokens. If you don't have tokens, start doing those daily missions while you're trying to grind the vampire. Get some tokens, and then use those tokens for some of the more difficult missions. Like, I know I used it for like a Gabreski. I think one of the missions was to get a Gabreski. I'm not getting a Gabreski anytime soon, and so I use those tokens for. So I definitely recommend that tactic as well. Anyway, I think this turned into like a 20-minute video. Who the heck knows? A 20-minute talk with Postal, basically. I hope you appreciate the hangout time with me, and otherwise I hope you have a great day.